Hi everyone, this is Corey. You're on Soul Seekers Tarot for the Sunday pick-a-card reading. And so welcome to your reading. This is the question we're going to look at today. It says, what is the most positive course of action for you, or for me, being you, for me right now? What is the most positive course of action for me right now? And I've got this tarot or oracle deck to pick 3 piles for you. So let's begin. So I'll randomly pull three cards here to start us off. Yeah, that's what Fuddy said. Look, we got 3 right here. We got 4 actually. So the first one is Archaea Radiant. Raise your standards. Card number 27. Adds up to a 9, which is the ending of something. So raising your standards from what they were before. Pile 2, we have Archangel Raphael. Prioritize your health. Card number 4, it's about building strong foundations or strong health in this case. And pile number 3, we have Archangel Gabriel. Card 6, which is about love and family. Speak your truth. Beautiful cards. Okay, so if you have difficulty choosing a pile with your intuition, we have got the numbers to use. So we're going to pick 2 numbers for each pile. We have 2 and 3 for pile number 1. So it could be 23, 32, 2 or 3 or 5. So for pile 2 we have 1 and 6. So then we have 17. No, what is this? We're looking at 16, 61, or 1, 6, or 7 as they're added up together. And then we have 4 or 5. So 4 or 5, 45, 54, or 9. Now, if numbers aren't your thing, then let's use your zodiac signs. That's what Fuddy says. There's 4 for that. 4 for that. He's a happy guy. What can I say? And 4 for pile 3. I love him to smithereens. Okay, so we have Cancer and Sagittarius. For pile number 1, Cancer and Sagittarius. And Capricorn and Aquarius. Okay, that's pile 1. Pile 2, we have Virgo and Gemini. And then we have Leo and Libra. Oh, he's over here now, guys. Look out. He might end up on the table. Pile number 3 is Pisces and Aries. Oh my God, he's just racing around like a little kook. And then we have Taurus and Scorpio. Yeah, I just fed him, so he's full of food and he's very, very happy. Okay, so this is the 3 piles we have for you to look at. What is the most important, what is the most positive course of action for you right now? Okay, we'll talk to you soon. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen card number 27, Archaea Radiant. Radiant, I don't know. Raise your standards. So it's a 9. It's an ending of a certain level of standard that you're at before, to raise them now, whatever that means at this point in time. And so this is going to relate to the question, what is the most positive course of action for you right now? And if you didn't choose your pile with your intuition, you might have chosen it with numbers, and we have 2 and 3 here. So I went through the different scenarios of how you could mix them up in the introduction. And then if it wasn't the numbers, it was your zodiac sign. So we have Cancer and Sagittarius. And then we have Capricorn and Aquarius. Okay, and these are the tarot cards, not the oracle cards I've chosen, and the tarot deck. Okay, so let's begin. I'll read what that means, Archaea Radiant, in just a moment, but let's get the rest of the cards out, okay? Okay, so we've got Major Arcana wants to speak to this Archangel Michael, if you will. Please guide us to whatever Major Arcana card speaks to pile 1's reading. Archea Radiant. The Lizard, which is the Fool. Wow. Okay, the circle is complete. Yeah, because we've got number 9. The adventure begins again. Decisions lead to change. Change forces decisions. Decisions lead to change, and change forces decisions, which then leads to change, and so forth and so on. So, vehicle of sacrifice, the Fool. Yes, very good. Okay. So, what is the clarification for the Fool, please, Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit? Okay, I'm going to take this one here. The Three of Wands, that's a very nice, complementary type of clarification. Three of Wands, ready to go. Prepared to go. Preparing to go. Prepared or preparing to go. Either way. So, what's a Lenormand? I saw that one there. Gift. Number 17. It's like the star in tarot, which is a wish fulfillment. Okay, let's get one of these oracle cards from the Divine Nature, an oracle by Angie Sullins. This one. Drink deeply, card number 29. So that's adds up to 11, which is a master number. Drink deeply from your soul, right? Go deeply into your soul and drink. Hydrate yourself. Quench your thirst. Okay, so let's pick a couple of tea leaves, and this is the way I'm going to do it. So this one, finger, warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. And this one, rat. Wow, someone working against you behind your back. Huh. What a rat. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Let's find out what this one means. Card number 27. Blessing. Is that the blessing? Yeah. Blessing. With arms open wide, say aloud 3 times with conviction. Those who wish to be in life will rise up with me. Those who wish to be in life will rise up with me. You drinking deeply, you know, thirsting, satiating your thirst, refreshing yourself, hydrating yourself from your soul, drinking in the love energy of the soul is life. So those who wish to be in life will rise up with me. And this is raise your standards. So it's very interesting. Yeah. Raise your standards. So rise up. So the people that you will be walking with, you know, that you will be meeting or taking along with you are going to be people who also want to walk the a higher level than where you've been at, both personally developing and spiritually developing. So let go of less than thoughts and feelings. Strut the catwalk of your life like the royal beauty you are. Expanded meaning, which is Archea Radiant, whose name is derived from the Latin radiare, means to shine like the star, right? Serves on the silver ray of illumination, grace and self-acceptance with her counterpart, Archangel Haniel. Radiant, also known as Marilissa, helps us to accept every aspect of who we are so we can shine bright like the moon. She takes what we define as ugly, messy, and imperfect and wears it as the most magnificent dress to reflect how beautiful we are. Wow. Wouldn't that be something if we just accepted everything about ourselves? We just let go of our judgments and criticisms about ourselves, which then we would let go of judgments and criticisms about others. The only reason why we hold on to judgment is because we're doing it to ourselves, even though it looks like we're not, but we are. We let go of all that. Next thing you know, the universe opens up and pours more love and more acceptance and more prosperity and health and you know, finances and just everything that you need in the world or want in the world. It just opens up more so that it can pour itself down into your life because you've let go of the things that are like we let go of the things that are like acting like a wall or a restriction or a limited ceiling, you know, the limited ceiling effect. So if we were to let go, we actually pull all that back. It's been healed, it's been released, and then we become this great big open, like bring it on, you know, receptacle of bring it on. I am so open, and I am not hurting. I am not limiting myself and restricting myself from the thoughts that I have that I continue to carry forward from the past through my everyday and future. So then the radiant clears mental limitations, those thoughts and illusions that are not the truth about who we are, with such flair that it's easy to feel exuberant in her company. Yeah, you just feel like you're free, you know, you've lifted huge weights off your shoulders because you don't look at yourself like that anymore. You said, you know what, I'm just not going to look at myself like that anymore. It's not going to be easy. It's a process, however you want to say it. But it is achievable, definitely achievable. If it wasn't, then we'd have no use for any of this stuff, tarot, any of these messages, if it wasn't achievable. She's inviting you to stand as the queen or king you are and not waste another precious moment of life thinking you're not enough when the truth is you are fabulous. Invite an Archaea radiant for self-acceptance, self-validation, transforming negativity, self-doubt and limiting beliefs, grace, divine feminine connection, confidence, and the courage to keep rising even if those around you are not. Yeah, and that could be a huge challenge for a lot of people because the people we keep company with might be on anything but a path of revolution, a path to rising above the current standard of thinking, you know, like quality of thinking, negative or positive, right? If we tweak our thoughts, so because it's difficult to go from, it's achievable, but it's difficult to go from, oh, I'm not lovable, to I'm the most lovable creature on the planet, on the you know, face of the planet, right? So it's kind of like, I am unworthy of being lovable. We start tweaking to, what if I am worthy of being lovable? What if I am? What would life be like for me then? And you start envisioning how you would feel, literally, physically, emotionally. How would you feel if you actually believed that you are lovable and others saw you in that light too? It doesn't really matter about what others see. It's about what you see, because as you see and believe, that is then when you start attracting or help changing the minds of others that, you know, you're walking in this life with. If they so choose to change the way they look at you, you'll be able to take them with you. But that's if you're going to continue rising up from negative patterns of thoughts. And then you're going to be walking this path that's tweaking, right? You're tweaking your thoughts, your patterns, your thinking, your beliefs. You're tweaking them just ever so slightly or a lot. Depends on what you're feeling, you know, brave enough to do, strong enough to do. Of course, you always have to reach inside of us. We have to reach inside of us to find that strength, to find the gift, that stardom that we are, that the one that satiates us, that what do you call it, hydrates us? Yeah, hydrates us and refreshes us whenever we seek it. So you go to your soul asking for a drink, your soul's going to give it to you, and the soul is going to give you love as a drink. There's nothing else that the soul has for you other than love, and love is all there is. So that love is enough, right? So this is what we're doing here. No matter our gender, we all have divine feminine wisdom within. The best time to tap into the energy is during a new moon. When the moon is at its darkest, our feminine power of creation is at its highest. Wow. Enjoy the realization and new beginnings that develop through this journey. At the next new moon, come into a meditative state, inviting Archaea Radiant and her silver ray to envelop you. Breathe in light, breathe out radiance. Set the intention to align with your feminine wisdom. Feel the nurturing lunar love come in upon breath, and then breathe it out into the space surrounding you. Yes, okay, well, excellent. So the blessing again is with arms open wide. Say aloud 3 times with conviction. Those who wish to be in life will rise up with me. Okay, that's a beautiful message. Absolutely beautiful. So there are people obviously around you that are going to cause you a problem for you to be able to act like the adventure-seeking fool that we are when we're starting a brand new. This is the end of something. This is the end of letting go of a lower level of standard of thought. Because it always starts with thought. Always starts with thought. There's nothing that is before thought. So if we have an issue with anything, it has to do with the way we're thinking. It may not look like it from the outside. People coming at us, we think that they are a problem, that they need to change the way they think. Yes, very true, they do. However, it's because of a belief or what we're holding on to as an operating system, right? That's operating behind that if you want to say inspires or motivates the quality of thoughts we have. It is a belief system that we either have positive thought patterns or negative thought patterns. And if you've got negative people coming at you for one reason or another, then you can know. That's just a telltale sign. You know that there's something that you need to look at is a shadow energy in you that needs to be seen, accepted, and released so it can be healed, and that's when you rise up. But you always go inward for that replenishment, for the strength and the courage, for the help, for the solutions, for the gift, because you are a gift, you are a star, and you have this radiant light within you that's just waiting for you to say, okay, let's move today, let's do something today, let's change. What is it that I need to look at that I'm thinking? Help me see what it is that I'm thinking, help me see what it is I'm thinking. And then your angels get off the couch and dust themselves off because they've been sitting there a long time possibly, and dust has been collecting because they've been sitting idle, because whoever their people are, they haven't been making much change in their life. So there's no need to get up and busy do anything, because you can't do really much unless we are in that energy of saying, I'm ready to do something. And this is that prepared energy. Being prepared to take flight, to walk off the edge of the cliff, to see how God catches you. The Spirit catches you and saves you just in the nick of time from totally possibly derailing ourselves, kind of thing. But there are people around you, and someone in your company. It could be a business company kind of thing, but your company, as in the people you're surrounded with daily, basically, is someone who is not prepared, and they don't want to walk this path with you. They don't want to. They're not willing to rise up to life. Right? What was that? 27. They were not willing to. With arms, okay. Those who wish to be in life will rise up with me. So they're not willing to live their life any different than they are right now. But you are, pile 1. Apparently you must be if you're watching this pile. So it says a warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. There will always be people who are going to come forward and be in your energy because you're still working on releasing your energy that attracts these negative naysayers, right? And it's a test. We say God tests us, but really we're testing ourselves. It's our soul that's testing us to make sure we really got this, that this is not just all lip service, right? Because it's easy to know something, it's easy to learn it and to know something, but it's another thing to walk it. You know, that just to live it, actually live it. So you've got to test yourself to find out if you are actually integrating it into your mind as a belief that you find very valuable, and that which you want to hold on to at least for a while, because it's always going to be tweaked along the way, even so. But whatever new belief you come up with, like for example, if you have people showing up and they are just trying to get in your way in some way, like, oh, you think you're better than everybody else because you're suddenly not going to do this and you're not going to do that, you're going to be a different thinker. In other words, you might be somebody who used to like to argue with people. I'm just an example. You might used to like to argue with people, and always if they said black, you said white, whatever. Well, now you're tweaking things, because you're saying, I can't keep holding on to energy that makes me feel anxious, like I've got my back up against a wall all the time and people are just poking at me constantly, because I have to somehow defend my belief system. I have to defend my attitude, defend the way I think about stuff, my perspective. I'm always feeling like I have to defend. And so I have to poke back, right? Well, you're just saying, you know what does it matter if they believe that the moon is purple and it really isn't, it's some other radiant white color or whatever, everybody else can see it. But let's just say they believe it's purple. And you're saying it's not purple, it's white. If that's really what it is, I have no idea. But let's just say it's white, because it kind of looks like that, right, in the sky. It's white. Can't you see? Look, in the sky, it's white. Everybody can see it's white, but no, you're saying it's purple. So they're saying, well, it's purple because of the ions in the air, and, well, there's no air, around there or whatever, but they've got some kind of reason for why they're saying it's purple. They read something one day, and they're saying now that they read something, that's the ultimate truth and the only truth, that the moon is actually purple even though it looks white. Well, you know what? You've come to the realization that it doesn't matter what color the moon is. Really, does it matter? It really doesn't matter if it's purple or if it's white. It's a moon. It's in the sky. It's going to do what the moon needs to do, whether we believe it's purple or white. It's got to do what it's got to do, and I am not going to get messed up in this craziness anymore. So you decide to change the way you argue with this person, because they're always that black and white thing. They say black, you say white, or purple, But then next time they come along, they say, did you know that is blah, 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 and it goes against anything that you understand or know or believe. And you say, really? Well, I find that very interesting. Thank you for sharing that with me. And you toddle off somewheres, or you just turn around and busy if you're cooking dinner or whatever. You don't engage. You just don't engage. You finally change the way you're engaging with this person. At least that person, like, standing there, they're not going to show you, but they're standing there with their mouth gaping open going like, what just happened? They're not arguing with me. And they're going to try and goat you with this. They're going to continue to try and goat you with, try to get that, rattle you and try to get that same engagement out of you, because they find it's interesting, they find it's fun. And they love to interrogate you and antagonize you, and just to be able to prove a point, right? That they're right and you're wrong. Okay, so they're going to be standing there, but they're going to say, well, don't you have anything to say about that? And you're going to say something like, you might say something like, no, actually I don't. I mean, I have a different viewpoint, but, you know, it doesn't really matter. I have got dinner to make. And they say, oh, no, wait a minute. You're going to say, no, you just put all that down. Wait a minute. I want to hear what your viewpoint is. And you say, and then you're going to say, my viewpoint is that I don't really care. I don't really care. I mean, I just really don't care, Harry or Cherry, whatever their names are, Harry or Cherry. I really don't care. And they're gonna say, oh, so you must think you're better than me now, right? You must think you're better than me because you don't care. And so you're trying to tell me I shouldn't care. And you're gonna say, whatever you want to believe, Harry or Cherry. I got dinner to make, or I have to go somewhere, or I have a book, I'm reading a book, I'm busy reading a book. You know, just go away, that kind of thing, right? So you're always going to have that with somebody who, you know, you've been maybe butting heads with all along. And you start changing the way you're thinking and saying what's more valuable to you, peace or to be right or to be at peace. Right or be happy, right? Being at peace means you're feeling a lot more comfortable in your skin and just like more relaxed. Like, whew, I don't have to worry about stuff like that. I don't even have to think about stuff like that. That kind of stuff, right? So you're just moving on is what you're doing. You're moving on. But you're always going to have those naysayers and those ones that just want to make you feel bad for changing. Yeah, I know. I've been there. I just don't deal with people anymore like that. I just say, look, this is who I am, and that's all that matters. Yeah, this is who I am, and that's all that matters. And this is who I've become if they really need to know. This is who I've become. Yes, I was like that before, but you know what? I decided I just didn't want to be like that anymore. Oh, so you're better than us. Well, whatever you think. Oh, so you really do think you're better than us. You say, whatever, you know, I just want to be happy. I don't need to be better than anybody. I just want to be happy. And being happy, not arguing with you, I mean, to not argue with me, you makes me happy. So, gotta go, bye, that kind of thing. All right, so we've got Queen of Pentacles, thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. The Queen of Pentacles is, make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. So that's kind of like what I was talking about. You would just say, it doesn't matter to me. And you're not saying it in a vindictive voice. You're not yelling at them or cursing or anything like that. You're very calm and peaceful about it. Like, you know, it doesn't matter to me anymore, Harry or Cherry. I just got dinner to make. So whatever you want to do, that's fine. Just let me finish making dinner. Or I've got to go. I've got an appointment. I'm reading my book right now. If you don't mind, I'd like to finish reading my book. Thank you so much. And then you totally ignore them and you move on. You start reading your book. So you are thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. Pile number 1. You have the ability to create a very grounded life experience, starting with your thoughts, right? And you might already be a very grounded person, depending on who you are, right? You already might be grounded, but you're going to be more so grounded and confident in your skin because you're thinking differently. We have the King of Fire, motivational, idealistic, ambitious, charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Advice from someone creative. Okay? So I'm thinking this is both you and this is your energy. Both of you are in the, so it doesn't matter whether you're a woman or a man watching this, you'll either be the woman in the Queen and the king of these energies, or the man in either one. Okay, I'm going to see about moving this a bit because I would like to put another card there. I sure would. Okay, these cards are bigger than I usually use, as you well know if you watch my readings. I like to use the smaller ones because then I get more cards on. Okay, then we have the Ace of Air, Yeah, that would be brilliant new ideas and inspiration, seeing the truth of a situation, a challenging beginning. There you go. It's a challenging beginning because you're walking in your truth now. You're living in the energy of I love myself more than I did yesterday. I love myself more enough to not argue with people who don't make any sense, or even if they make sense and they still want to argue with me. I don't have the energy, I don't have the motivation, I don't feel like it anymore. Just don't want to do it. All right, and then, shoot, yeah, bring it down. Then we have renewal, Archangel Jeremiah. Yeah, okay, review and evaluate. A favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction. This, just speaking about that all along. Card number 20. Isn't that that's the Judgment card? Review and evaluate. Yeah, favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction. Making a decision. Answering the call, making a decision to move. Progress. 9 of Earth. The 9 of Pentacles, yeah, enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. So yeah, you may be looking at not working for someone else, but working for yourself. But it's a 9 of Pentacles is somebody, you know, like the Queen of Pentacles. You got this independent energy going on with you now. Like once you make that decision to take that leap of faith and as you're preparing yourself to be able to strike out on a new to strike out on a path that is something that you can see. You can see that the changes that you're making in your mind is starting to manifest in ways like in people that are coming around you, or just showing up in your environment. Like if you take an elevator to work every day, the different people that come, there will be some people that are the same all the time, about the same time, but there will be other people that come in and someone's going to strike up a conversation with you, or you're going to strike up a conversation with somebody. You're just going to feel like saying something about, maybe you really like their scarf or their handbag or something, right? They're going to strike up a conversation, and the next thing you know, it's going to feel like you've started, because they may work in the building, that you have actually started a new friendship with somebody who is going to be a different thinker than the ones that you have been around for the most part. The Queen of Fire, oh my goodness, the Queen of Wands, right? Confident, warm, intelligent, graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. So, what is the most positive course of action for you right now? It is to be grounded, and it is to be motivated and take action, take charge, and take control of your life. And like what that example I was saying about this person, Harry or Cherry, that is taking charge and taking control by simply not engaging. It's just not engaging is like actually choosing to go a different path, right? It's the whole thing is that everybody always has a choice, even though some of the choices may not look like they're very, safe or advantageous. But there's always the choice not to do something too. When you decide not to do something, that is a choice. Well, you're deciding not to engage in the same way you have been engaging in your life with people and things. Just your mind, your mind engaging in it. Could be physical as well, but if it's your mind, it's your emotions as well. So you can't separate the two. You have a thought, there comes an emotion, depending on how much you believe in it as to how strong the emotion is, and you'll feel it in your body. Then the Sun card, woohoo! Yes, the Sun card. Boy, these cards are very big. Okay, happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success. Have confidence in yourself. Wow. Yes, so the ideas here. Where was the other one about? Your independence. Assert your independence. This is your 9 of Pentacles. As a Queen of Wands, you're asserting your independence. You found good balance with you right here, with the King and Queen. You are your own best counterpart, which is like this. You drinking deeply, with your counterpart, your own best counterpart. It's like your body personality part is in sync with your soul body, soul part, soul spirit part. Okay? Yeah, and that's that happy outcome. New ideas. Yeah, where was that other one that I was talking about with a new idea here? Brilliant new ideas and inspiration with the Ace of Swords. And then we have brilliant new ideas again. So you're going to have lots of brilliant new ideas, like new thoughts, right? New patterns of positive thinking through the tweaking process, through the tweaking plan, strategy. You tweak. You don't have to do a total 180 flip. If you want to and you feel strong enough to do that, like I said before, go for it. But you're always going to have somebody who's going to try and, chew you down, right? To bring you down to size. Someone working against you behind your back. There's always going to be somebody who's going to try and drag you back down to their level because they are used to you and familiar to you. They're familiar with you at their level. They know what to expect when they come into the same environment with you to engage and communicate. They know what to expect. But if you're changing the game through the tweaking process strategy, then they're going to more and more start seeing you as kind of a mystery, and it's not going to feel very good to them at all. And because of that, their ego wants to fight you. The ego wants to blame you. The ego wants to make you feel ashamed and guilty because you're not the same person anymore. How could you change on me? I'm your best friend, or I'm your spouse, or I'm your husband, or I'm your wife, whatever. I'm your best friend. I'm your coworker. I'm your boss. Why are you changing? Why are you a different person? What happened? Right? And you're saying, what? It's because I started seeing that I have these negative patterns of thinking, that beliefs, right? I have these beliefs that I'm slowly starting to realize are not the truth. They are not my truth. They might have been someone else's truth, like your parents or whoever it was that you were raised by. It could have been their belief systems that you've taken on as your belief systems, and as you've been growing, going through the years of your adulthood, you start seeing how they're problematic. Because your parents' belief system is a whole different generation. And you can see that in the kids these days. So your generation is going to be like almost a 180 of a difference to your parents' generation, almost a 180, not quite. And as you have kids, if you're in your 30s or 40s, you're going to have kids and they're going to be like totally different. They're not going to have the same values as you have, even though you instill it in them. Or at least you think you are, right? Yes, our kids. So I have a 30-year-old, Yep. Okay, so anyways, moving on. Happy times. And then the Hermit. Well, the Hermit is spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, and self-discovery. So it's all about introspection, taking time to check in with yourself. This one that you're going to refresh yourself with, the soul, that's the inner child, and it's wounded. And it needs to be healed. And that's where all the negativity came from. That was our operating system from the get-go. So our inner child is wounded. It's still a child. Still a child. It hasn't matured, hasn't grown. The soul needs to expand. It needs to remember who it is and who is the soul, which is God, right? All that is. And so you are you're growing, you're developing new beliefs, new thought systems, which lets go of the lies for you, the lies, because like I said, it may not be a lie to the people that gave it to you, instilled you with it, but now it's becoming a lie to you because it's causing problems for you. It's causing problems. And so you start letting those things go, tweaking them. Tweak, 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 tweak. I'm all for tweaking, definitely, because we don't want to go from putting our hand over the element on the stove to see if it's on. Like, most of them have a light, but just pretend it doesn't. To see if it's on, to sticking our finger on it, right? No. We're gonna, we're tweaking it by, I'm gonna see if the element is on. I'm not gonna stick my finger on it. That would be a very bad thing to do. Oh, I'm just gonna put my hand, wave my hand over it a bit and see if, and I feel the heat that obviously it's on. Tweaking. So 2 of water, 2 of cups, a relationship that continues to grow closer, forgiveness, the positive resolution of a conflict. Wow. So what do you think that is, guys? Pile number 1. Well, it could be a partnership with somebody that you're in business, or a partnership with you are in partnership working as a team in the place that you work at. So a co-worker or a manager or supervisor you're working closely with. It might just be you and your supervisor at this place, or the owner, you and the owner working in the business, and you're working as you're working in tandem with each other, and or it's someone that you love, most likely a romantic partner, right? Who might not be may not be growing like you are purposely taking the challenge to grow, but you might be finding it's best to tweak by offering this person quiet forgiveness. You can say if you need to say it to them, if there's a reason to say it to them, but if it's just maybe you harbor resentment towards them because they keep challenging you, and trying to keep you feeling like you're that you're too good for them, or that they're trying to keep you at their level where they met you, and now you're growing and expanding, and you're not the same person you were when they met you. And so they might be having qualms with that, and you may need to they may be behaving badly, or continue behaving the same way they always behave, totally ignoring your need and desire and request to be left alone, like I was talking about Harry or Cherry, for you to be left alone by Harry, or if you're mad, Cherry. So they may not be honoring that, and they may be, just making things difficult for you at home. And so you are then needing to find forgiveness in this person's behaviors. And as you do, if you're in love with this person and you really want to be in this relationship with them, but you're still going to grow and expand, they're just going to have to figure out how to adapt to that. If you're on board with that, then a positive resolution of a conflict between the two will come about. It may not come immediately. You're just going to have to stay the course. So we've got the near future, the Empress, Archangel Gabriel. Lavish abundance, give birth to your dreams, and nurture yourself and others. Now this is the brilliant new ideas person here, giving birth to brilliant new ideas. The King of Earth, there you go, your perfect counterpart again. I mean, you are seriously and the High Priestess. And the 3 of Pentacles right here, the 6 of Wands, success, Ace of Fires. Ace of Fire, you're on fire. Let's just leave that one over here. But you are seriously balancing your energies in both the yin and the yang of being grounded, and then of course we got taking action. So you are definitely, this could be that you are also this is a spouse, and this is your spouse. This is you, this is your spouse. Or vice versa if you're man, whatever, it doesn't matter, because it's just all energies. But yeah, it could be that you are a type of person who is into taking action, taking control of your life, because you realize it's all up to you to find happiness within yourself, starting there. Through making a deep connection with your inner self for that guidance that you seek, that peace and nourishment that you need every day. You know, you're making a decision to make those changes. You're going to go at it independently because you know that your person here is maybe not up to up to the task. They're not up to the task just yet. So you're going it alone first. And I know where you're going. I know I've been there myself, okay? And it's not easy, but it's achievable. And I'm not saying that I'm totally achieved it. I'm still working on it. But it's getting better. It's getting better and better and better and better. I'm still with the person who is my King of Pentacles. Yeah. I'm still with that person, and I give them the benefit of the doubt most of the time. And whenever I have a chance, if they get all upset and worked up about something, I say, hold on. You know, I'll say, hold on. It's okay. We're all right. Don't worry about it. I'll show you. You know, you might have to teach them sometimes. Don't worry about it. I'm all right. We're all right. I'll show you. Just let me show you. That kind of thing. So then the High Priestess, that's you listening to your intuition, having patience. Again, consider carefully what you want before acting. So do you want to have the environment of peace and harmony between the two of you in your life? Then if that's your goal, then you got to approach it with that calmness, that peace. Like, just hold on a minute. Hold on. Don't say it with a raised voice or anxiety or anything like that. Just calmly, kind of thing. And then prepared for your victory and success, which is your happiness, right? The outcome. The Three of Pentacles, which is this one here. No, this is the Three of Wands. Pardon me. Three of Wands. Yeah, Three of Wands, that's you being prepared to make these changes because you want to take a leap of faith and move in a different direction than you have been. Three of Pentacles is like you're getting on board with your king. And anybody else, okay? Anybody else that you're committed to in some way. It doesn't necessarily be a spouse. Okay, you can be committed to your boss, your job. You can be committed to a friend. All right? You can be committed to many different types of people in whatever capacity that might be in. But you're going to be working together eventually, working together on, you know, they may never be, you know, because you got like a head start. They may never be at always at the same level as you, but they're striving. They're trying to. They're trying to, and they're not like where they were before. So that in itself is an accomplishment, right? That in itself is an accomplishment when they are not where they used to be because of you. Because of you and their desire to love and be with you, it is, or the desire to keep you in the company to work with because you're such a hard worker as Queen of Pentacles, being so grounded that you're a very valuable, because you see your own value. Yes, you do. So guys, this is the outcome. You're working with the person that had been like maybe antagonistic towards you, or just not just refusing to acknowledge that you're changing, that they're just kind of saying, oh yeah, so what time today will you be going back to the way you were before? You know, that kind of thing. And you're going, would you just, you know, get over it. Get off your rocker, right? So Three of Earth, Three of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands is, you know, the outcome, happy. It's going to take a while, and it's a process. It is a process. It's not an overnighter, okay? But I hope this was helpful to you. Take care of yourself, pile number one. Thank you so much, and please like and subscribe if you resonated with this. Bye. Hi, pile number two. Welcome to your reading, and you've chosen this card, number 4, for the foundation building, energy of Archangel Raphael. Prioritize your health. So what is the most positive course of action for you right now to prioritize your health? Well, let's see what that's going to look like. So if you didn't choose your pile with your intuition, you used a number instead. We got 1 and 6, and I explained how you could work them around in the introduction. And if it wasn't that, it's your zodiac. We have Leo and Virgo with Libra and Gemini. Okay, guys, these are the oracle decks I've chosen for your reading. And I'm going to read this one here, but let's get the cards out first. Okay, so Major Arcana, Archangel Michael, if you will, please. Thank you so much. This one here. Justice, number 11. When all is said and done, you will receive the outcome that you truly deserve. Your moral character will be justified. So maintain integrity and strive to balance yourself. Okay, so prioritizing your health may not just necessarily be your physical health, it could be your emotional health as well. It could be health in you know, your finances too. Let's see. Clarification, please, Archangel Michael. This one. 4 of Wands. Okay, that's celebration, reunion. You know, it's good times, happy times. Justice, there's balance. There's balance and fairness, which is healing. Very good. Lenormand. The Maze, 43, which is 7. And it's all about the divine. You know, living this life is a maze, is it not? Now let's get some tea, and I decided I'm just going to do it like this. Wherever they cut, I'm taking that card. Boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. What's said about finances? Gone, an exciting event. Very interesting. Okay. Then this one, last one. This, oh, got 2 of them. Flow and intent. Yes, flow and intent. Being in the flow. Being in the flow, like when you're in the maze, okay guys, when you're in the maze, you're like, oh, you know, which way is it out? You know, all I want to know is, how do I get myself out of this? Somehow I got myself in, but I don't know how to get myself out. Yeah, so isn't that interesting? There's a 4 here, but it's got spades, clubs, pentacles, and cups on it. So it's all of them, all the energies of the tarot. So you got the 3 white doves up here, you know, swirling around this person because they've reached the center, which apparently the center is the outcome. It's the place to be. Why? I don't know. I would think getting out would be, but perhaps you get transported out after that. You know, mind-wise, right? But there's 3 people that are at different levels here. This one just recently entered in, so she's really confused. This one is not as confused, but still confused. And this one can see this person here, and looking at him and saying, okay, I'm close. I'm not, you know, I'm not confused anymore. I'm close. I'm asking her, how did you get there? And she's going to tell me, okay, well, you're close enough. So I was there. So just take this and then take that. And then you're here. Well, this person here has to ask this one for help, while this guy is asking that woman for help, and so forth and so on. So we always have to rely on others to help us through the maze of life. That's prioritizing your health. Let's see. So we got the boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. So we might be looking at your financial health. Maybe not for everybody, but we'll see. An exciting event is happening. Gong. Exciting event is happening. So then you're in the flow because you have the intent to be in the flow. Let's see which way. You have the intent to be in the flow, to be healthy, to find the health. If it's the wealth, whatever it is. But you got the 4 of Wands, and that is like that is the energy of achieving, you know, a sense of belonging, that you're where you're meant to be, the celebration. Because it could be like a marriage card, right? Where you're with that person. They feel like home to you. And this card is about like that kind of structure of home. being under the same roof or the same part of the sky as someone else that makes you feel like you belong. Justice, when it's all said and done, you will receive the outcome that you truly deserve. Your moral character will be justified, so maintain integrity and strive to balance yourself. And this is balance, because this is like the what you call it, the 1111, which is double master, which is also like the twin flame thing, okay, energy. But you've got it's the structure of 2 on this side and 2 on that side, so you have balance and you have stability, strength, stability for the structure, for the whatever's above it, they're holding. Okay, let's find out from tarot more about what we're talking about for pile 2. Prioritize your health. Prioritize you as being number 1, and that's always what it's about. It's the self-love, right? Taking time to take care of yourself, so that while you're taking care of yourself, you have the energy and the wherewithal to be able to help others. And those include your kids as well. We cannot give to anyone that which we really do not have to give. We might have a little bit of it, but then we're totally depleted because we aren't recharging ourselves in self-love, self-care routines. So we have the Knight of Inspiration, which is the Knight of Wands. Okay, Knight of Wands. You know what that means sometimes. Well, okay, the Fool card. Okay, somebody's been impulsive, but maybe in a very fun way, you know, childlike way, irresponsible way, like trying to, like running, you know, and tearing your clothes off as you're running, so you're kind of running in the nude at some point, and you're like feeling very carefree. Yeah, the Fool energy, right? Just running, possibly haphazardly and impulsively, going forward in the energy of I don't care. Not that you don't care, but you're like, I don't, you know, I want to be carefree. So the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, pardon me. Wheel of Fortune, brand new beginning, which he said here. When all is said and done, you will receive the outcome that you truly deserve. Your moral character will be justified, so maintain integrity and strive to balance yourself. So this one here is not in that balanced energy of integrity. They are impulsive as opposed to being integral. They are, just kind of living off the seat of their pants. I don't know if that's a saying, but the seat of their pants, or they're just doing it because it feels good, and it doesn't matter what may come as a result. They're willing to take that risk. So there's the risk, the Fool energy. Wheel of Fortune. Let's see. Let's keep going. So we have the Empress. Oh, that's beautiful. Like, she is what she's got in her, that she's nurturing inside, impregnated by all the planets of the solar system. Talk about having the universe within you. Okay, and then the Four of Emotions, which is 4 of Cups, so some letdown and disappointment, not seeing what's there. 5 of Inspiration is 5 of Wands, so some inner conflict or conflict with others. And then we have the 10 of Voices, just 10 of Swords. Boy, this is a tough, but the 10 is the end. Okay, this is a tough row right here. Tough row. Oh, and I got to move everything up, okay, guys, because I'm not too far. I move everything up because I don't have enough room for my big cards. I like to use the small ones. It gives me more room. That's not supposed to be there. That's supposed to be there like that. Okay. Then we have the Three of Voices, which is the Three of Swords. That's another difficult card. No, because I got to put the near future over there. Boy, oh boy, I need small cards. Okay, the Devil. Oh my goodness. Okay. Things looked like they were better than they were. Seven of Emotions, Seven of Cups. Holy chromatic, guys. Whew. What is the most positive course of action for me right now? It's none of this. Well, the most positive course of action for you right now is to rein in your impulsiveness, really. Rein in your impulsiveness. You might be the type of person who likes to buy stuff, to spend money. Even though, I mean, okay, if you're in a situation, let's just say, example, in a situation where, you know, money's tight, you live from paycheck to paycheck, but, you know, you've got a credit card or two or three, right? And you say, you're looking through Amazon, you're looking through the catalog of what catalog, I don't know, but you're window shopping, whatever it is, and you just feel the urge, the itch, the impulse. Oh, that would look great in my house, you know, in this particular corner, or that new perfume would, like, I'd be so happy wearing a new perfume, and people would say, oh, you smell different these days, you know, get a little bit of attention, right? It's like the perfume costs $55, maybe more. Will you put that on your card? Oh, it's only $55. I'll pay that off next paycheck. Or the thing that you really see that you like to put in your house. A lamp or a piece of furniture or some kind of knick-knack. Something that's going to cost at least $50 or more. Or you buy a few things that adds up to $50 or more. And why I'm saying 50, I have no idea, but 50, okay? So you buy this stuff and you put it on your credit card, because you certainly don't have the disposable income outside of your paycheck that's paid for your rent or your mortgage and all your utilities and bills and other things, maybe even those credit card payments, right? You have other loan payments, car loan payments, stuff like that. So there's really not much left over besides what you need for groceries, and there's really not even much money left over for entertainment money to even go to a movie or go out for drinks. But you'll take that out of your grocery fund. I'll take $20 out and I'll go out with my friend for a few drinks, and it'll just be a few drinks, just a couple, obviously, because that's all you've got. But you'll do that because you feel the impulse to do it, and so you have these compulsions, really, compulsions to want to obtain something at the risk of your own financial well-being, health, right? So the divine is saying, and okay, let's just put it this way. When we start feeling as though we can't make our debt payments, our credit card payments and everything else, we start feeling anxious. And then when we feel anxiety, we start getting depressed. And when we get depressed, it's kind of like, oh, what am I going to do? You know, what am I going to do? Oh, there's no point, you know, and we start just starting to feel pessimistic, and, you know, you're no longer the life of the party. You are somebody who is just in a bad mood. You know, your mood changes quickly from one to the other, and it's like you just don't know how to help yourself. You just don't. You're sitting there in a quiet place, maybe in the bathtub, maybe you're on the toilet, or if you don't live with someone else, you're just sitting on the couch and going, why do I do this to myself all the time? I know I shouldn't spend the money, and I do it anyways. And now I got barely enough out of my paychecks to make all these payments. What am I going to do? Especially if something goes wrong with my car, and I never read that. And I had the book there and everything. I'm going to read it, okay? If things go wrong with my car, how am I going to be able to pay to fix it? My credit cards are stacked up, and even if they're not stacked up to the limit, the monthly payment that they expect me to pay is way more than I can feasibly afford to pay, and so forth and so on, right? And so you start feeling like, oh, the weight of the world on you, your shoulders, and you just don't know how you're going to get out from underneath it, that kind of thing. And what they're saying here, the best course of action is to rein in your impulsiveness by taking a leap of faith to say, the wheel of fortune is what the cycle I want to be on, is on the wheel of fortune. I want to be in the energy that says, I know better. And because I know better, I feel better. And see, that's the thing, is that when you know better, when you know better and you behave, you start changing tracks, you start doing it differently with your money. You don't feel as anxious. You feel like you're accomplishing something, in fact. You don't feel the depression. So then you see, however your finances are, with a health status, the health status of your finances is going to somehow be directly related to your emotional wellness. And when your emotional wellness is compromised, then your physical health feels it. Okay, so that's where prioritizing your health is. It's like find a balance in feeling safe and secure in your own home, okay, in your own environment, in your own life, like your experiences of feeling that you've got things under control. There is justice in being able to live your life by going at things in moderation. This is the same thing with like eating, right? If we like to eat a lot of sweets or whatever, if you got a sweet tooth, it's like we're going to be asked by the doctor at some point, or just whoever, yourself, you're going to be saying, I love cake too much to not eat cake. Well, eat cake, just eat it a little bit, a lot less than you would normally take for a size piece, and maybe just once a week. Don't deny yourself, because you're going to do that for a couple weeks, and then you're going to say, I can't do this anymore, and you just start eating the whole cake. Okay, so it might be wise not to have cake in your refrigerator, to walk right by the bakery, or avoid the bakery section altogether in the grocery store. Okay, so there's going to be a windfall, like and the outcome is going to be advantageous to you. The event is going to be the event of a lifetime, in the sense that you are these events that you want to go to. First of all, as this card, you could look at it as an exciting event that you want to go to, but maybe you really can't afford to go to it. So you're going to be asked to rein yourself in. Don't be too impulsive, because then you're going to feel like a fool, because you're going to sit there and say, why did I do that again? I do this every single time. My intention is to be in the flow, not to be in the reverse of the cycle, right? The reverse of the cycle is where you're not feeling fortunate. There's no fortune. Okay, the reverse. So you want to be in the flow. Make that your intention. And so this is that. What is the most positive course of action for you right now? Rein in your impulsiveness to want to just go ahead and do it anyways. To just bite the bullet and do it. That is the advice. Your positive course of just pull that in first, and then have the intention of being in the flow rather than being in the undertow, basically caught in the undertow of the river that's just sucking you down and to places unknown. So you are going to need some help from others, who can support you and motivate you, or go within and find the the voice within yourself, right? To ask for that help. Say, throw your arms up in the air and says, I've been here so many times and I'm disappointed with myself, but I just don't know what to do. I don't know how to say no. I don't know how to not buy something or to not do something that I always have done. Maybe you're trying to stop smoking, you know, or cut down on drinking or something, some kind of vice that you're trying to rein in your compulsion to do so. And so you need to have some help from others, right? Even if it's a mental health counselor or a dietitian or a life coach or somebody that's going to help you. Okay? Because otherwise, this is the energy that you sit in. Like I said, you get anxious feeling, like you go, this is like depression, this is like anxiety, this is like totally feel like I can't get up off the ground because I have sabotaged my ability to feel free. Because when we're weighted down with something like smoking when you don't want to smoke, or drinking, what it does to you, right? Or the financial issue, that it's keeping you limited and restricted to what you can do in your life, then you're feeling like that life is just a huge heartbreak for you and you are just feeling captive. Heavy energy. You're feeling like you are attached to your vices. Your vices is what's making you feel all out of emotional sorts. Like you really feel like you're letting yourself down, and that you can't see a way out. And when you're in the devil energy, you really don't see your way out. You're kind of like at rock bottom. And then it's confusion. It's confusion. It's to the point where you're at rock bottom. You really you're so confused. You know, right? The person at the beginning is so confused. They don't know what to do. And thank God for this guy here, because she can't communicate with this one or this one. They're too far away. But she sees him and he's feeling less confused. So he's like going to support her and say, hey, I've been where you are. All you need to go is do this and then do that, right? So you've got someone to support you. So there's going to be an exciting event. And the event could just be simply that you're going to have an aha moment, an epiphany, where, you know, the boat to financial freedom, or the boat to smoking cessation, the boat to happiness, is just going to come in, and it's going to be a relief. You're going to feel like the weight is coming off. And let's see what we got here. We got the 10 of inspiration, so we're still looking at the 10 of wands, but this, again, the 10s are always about letting it go. You're getting up off the ground after being stabbed and left dead, right? You're getting up. There's nowhere, you can't stay there anymore. You've got to get up. That's the story. That's the way the tarot goes. When you reach the 10, you can't linger there. You have to get up off your feet and help do something different. Same with the 10 of wands. You let go of the heavy burdens. And then we have the world changing. The chapter ends of all of this here, of this impulsiveness, of being in the now, faithfully walking towards the cycle that begins for you, where you are starting to realize how powerful you are. How really powerful you are, how knowledgeable, how strong in strength and courage. You know, the Empress energy, right? You just are in that energy of, I'm going to be able to birth a new life for me. And then you got the world here. I can put an end to this energy here. I can do this. I can do this. If I got the support of the people I need, I have the ability to find strength and security in knowing that balance, which is the Empress energy, balance is what will make me be able to achieve the positive outcomes that I'm looking for. To achieve that with the Four of Wands, you're in a very, very advantageous energy with the Four of Wands, because that's safety and security. You got people that can help support you too. People that you just have to ask. Your intention needs to be in that you want to be in the flow of life, as opposed to being, feeling like you are imprisoned by your attachments to wanting to be impulsive and just do what you want, spend what you want, smoke as much as you want, drink as much as you want, party all the time, those vices, right, that are holding you back from being able to set yourself free. And the devil has got you. You're not going to get set free in this energy. This is toxic, and the devil's got a good hold on you. I don't believe in the devil, but this card is the devil energy. So if we could ever say anything about the devil energy, we're talking about the energy of the devil. And your toxic doubts about how you might be feeling, maybe shameful, maybe like doubtful, and that you are incapable of change, that you might be second guessing yourself and you shouldn't, that you have the strength within you. You are going to realize this because you're going to start prioritizing your health. Okay, and then we've got the Ace of Inspiration, the Ace of Wands, and guess what we have to end this? We have the Ace of Pentacles, great big blessing of great big blessing of prosperity and abundance. Okay, guys. So, but look, we also got the Death and Transformation, major change and transformation with some pages to start your new chapter. The Page of Swords and the Page of Emotions with the Queen of Cups. Ooh, and the King of Cups. Holy crow. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords, the Page of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the King of Cups. Yeah, wow, those are great energies that are your near future energies. So I don't need to put them out there, and I'm not going to read this card anymore because, it speaks to me. It's enough. It says, I see what it's saying. So yeah, you have got some really good energy coming. As soon as you let your burdens go of feeling like that you are powerless, let's just say. Now, the Empress does not ever feel like she's powerless, okay? So all you have to do is step into that wise energy that reminds you that you have the strength and the ability, the courage to make changes, so that you're not being so impulsive anymore. Impulsively trying to gratify your ego, basically. And the ego, I never talk about that in the sense like, how we often talk about the ego. Someone's got a big ego, therefore they're an a-hole, right? I don't talk about it like that. That is not what I mean. Your ego is the fears that we are gripped with, that we operate from, that need to be acknowledged, need to be seen, acknowledged, and let go of, released, so they're healed, those fears. So you can say, I'm no longer afraid. So I'm no longer afraid of not having enough. So it's possibly that if it's like a spending thing, we might have this old fear that we might have even brought in from past lifetimes, guys, pile number 2, that is like always operating in the background, that inspires your thoughts to think, I don't have enough, I lack. If I don't have enough, I'm lacking in some way. I lack. So if I have more, then I won't have to feel like a lack. Well, you might have more possessions, but then you get over the excitement of having that possession. Like the exciting event of buying something so that you're going to have something new, that excitement wears off, right? And you're like looking for the next new thing. But at the same time, when you had that excitement when you bought that new thing, it put you back. You know, you put it on your credit card. So now your balance, you're going to have to pay it back. And then there's interest on it too. So the idea is to look at that as a way of saying, I don't lack. I'm like the child of God. How do I lack? How do I lack? I need to get in contact with my power, my inner power, which is the Empress within you, to be able to birth new worlds, like new ideas of how life can be free and limitless. Free and limitless, where you're nurturing yourself, you're taking care of yourself because you're taking care of your finances. Okay, that's the thing, is that the most positive course of action for you right now is to get into the intention that it's not like, I don't want to be impulsive anymore. No, don't look at it like that. Say, I want to feel free. I want to be free. I want to be limitless. And then you would tweak it and say, I am free and I am limitless. I just have to step into that power and own it, right? So what's the most positive course of action? Take a leap of faith. Get on the cycle, a new cycle, putting the old chapter of being impulsive behind you, and be in a new beginning of feeling, you've got the truth now. You know the truth that you do not lack in anything, in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, you're going to believe that for a while you're in the process of, transitioning here with the major death and transformation. You're going to feel like that for a while, but you're going to remember to remind yourself that you're not. And then the path of great big blessings of prosperity and abundance. There's that's the solution to your financial health. Great big blessings. So you see how it's coming around. Like you need to do this, but then it's all this stuff under that. It's like the subconscious of not feeling like you're enough, and it's boring to not be spending money. It's boring to not smoke. It's boring to not drink. It's boring. My internal fight with myself, and this card here with feeling like you're just sabotaged, but you're not left for dead, and that you are looking at things emotionally to the point where you are breaking your own. You're breaking your heart because you're holding yourself back from living the best life you can live, because you've got these attachments, these vices with the devil, these thoughts that I'm not enough, and it just confuses the heck out of me. So much so, I just don't want to do anything. But they say, yes, do something. Let go of this heavy baggage right here. 10 of Wands, let it go. It's not your truth at all. This is your truth. Empress energy is what to strive for. And this chapter will end. You have a new chapter with new pages like you see over here. And it might even mean that you are going to be either balanced in the King and Queen energy, or you're going to be attracting somebody who is a counterpart to you. But you have a brand new life with knowing what's right for you. What's your truth? You don't lack. I'm not someone who lacks. And I'm someone who's full of prosperity and abundance, because it's going to show up in my life because I'm making the changes. I'm letting the old me go. I'm letting the old me go. So guys, I sure hope this was helpful to you, and best of luck with all of it. Please like and subscribe if it resonates with you. Bye for now. Hi Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You've chosen this card, number 6, for love and family, Archangel Gabriel. Speak your truth. Okay, and I will read this if I remember. Okay, so the numbers, if you didn't choose it with your intuition, you chose with the numbers. You got 4 and 5. Okay, and if it's not the numbers, it was the zodiac sign, and we've got Pisces and Taurus with Scorpio and Aries. Yep, there we go. And these are the oracle decks I've chosen. Let's find out what they are. Okay, we have got Justice. And that was in pile number 2. Maybe that have something to do with you too. "Oh, Bear," said Christopher Robin, "how I do love you." "So do I," said Pooh. He loves himself too. So fairness, equality, and balance. Yeah, lovely. The clarification. Oh. Eight of Wands. Fast moving passion. What kind of passion? We're not sure. Is it loving kind of passion, excitement, or is it anger? Let's find out. Eight of Wands. Okay. Thief. Card number 24. That's a 6 as well. Someone stole your heart? Okay, and this big old deck. A massive big old deck. Okay. It's hard to even shuffle because it's massive. Okay, this one. Angelic Ones, number 9. Divine healing is upon you. Divine grace and divine guidance. So 9 is about something ending. So there's healing. Something's healing. So it's going to be an end to something that has not been fair. Okay, let's find out. We have Box. You will receive a gift. Lovely. And Bridge. Successfully overcoming a problem. Wonderful. Is it great news? Yes. Okay. Let's read this card. Number 6. Feel the feeling and voice what needs to be said. Time to speak your truth. Archangel Gabriel, whose name reflects divine strength, serves on the white and crystalline ray of harmony, purity, and communication with his counterpart, Archaea Hope. Gabriel, also known as Jibril, helps us tap into our emotional strength so we can be real with ourselves and others. His vast presence is like a mirror that reflects only our truth. If you have children or work with kids, ask Gabriel to help you best cater to their needs. More sensitive and psychic children are incarnating, and they require extra attention. Allow the next generation to become your teacher, knowing that as you connect with children, you're honoring your inner child too. Tune into what your inner child needs, what they wish to give you, and how together you can truly grow. Invite an Archangel Gabriel for balancing emotions, conception, childbirth, parenting, adoption, creativity through writing, purification, psychic, emotional, and environmental, and development of the sacral and navel chakras. Right, so it says here, the blessing is, with hands on your heart, say aloud 3 times with conviction. By listening to my needs and following through with what supports me, I uplift the world. If you're working with kids, right? Okay. Wonderful. Now, so just speaking your truth, showing the world that you are not someone who gives into illusions, which are lies, right? That steal your light away, steal your time too. This little kid here, is taking his watch. So they steal your time. Illusions steal your time, because when we give into illusions, we spend an awful lot of our energy and time trying to support them the illusion, to, you know, back it up and to, you know, make sure that whatever it is that you believe is going to be something that you can walk in your life with that belief that other people will follow along too. And that you know, but you're always going to have contradiction, because the belief, the illusion that we have, is going to invite those who want to, and they don't know they're doing it consciously, that they want to trip you up and make you have to look at it more deeply, to question it, right? And so divine healing is upon you. There is something in you that's not been fair, not been in balance, that's been stealing your energy and time and life away. That you are, the divine healing is a gift that you're going to receive, and it's going to help you to successfully overcome a problem from where you are right now to where you'd like to be, or where you know, maybe you can't foresee it, but the divine knows. So it's going to get you there. And it's going to be something to do with some kind of fast-moving, passionate energy. Okay, well, let's keep going. So what is the most positive course of action for me right now? Speaking your truth, right? Divine healing is upon you. Divine grace and divine guidance. You will be helped, and it might come in the form of communication. All right. The Nine of Quarta, which is wands, the Nine of Wands, okay? It's like kids throwing quarta, spaghetti, out at mom, getting her all messed up, and she's like at her wit's end saying, "You're making a mess, stop." And then the Pope, which is the Hierophant, okay? The Hierophant. We have the Five of Lunga, which is the Five of Swords. Ooh, some tough energy here. This is your marriage. It's been difficult. The Queen of Ripiena is the Queen of Cups. I'm going to have to move these up, so I might as well just go ahead and do it now. Move it up. The Ace of Minuta, which is the Pentacles. Geez, we have them all out here. Ace of Pentacles. The Nine of Lunga, which is the Swords, right? Lunga is the Swords. The Nine of Swords. Holy moly. Broken bowl. Pieces. The Knight of Ripiena, which is the Cups. Knight of Cups. Lovely. Shoot at. And I have to move them up again. See it? Nine of Cups. Whew. The Eight of Quarta. Jeez. The Eight of Wands. Okay, there's the Eight of Wands again. Holy smoly. I'm just going to put these in underneath in that way. I got more room, so you don't need to see the very top. Let's see, the Magician. Yay, the Magician. Near future energy, like I've got room for it. The High Priestess. Oh dear. The High Priestess and the Emperor and the Lovers. Yeah. The Ten of Quarta. That is the Wands. Yeah, we don't need that. There's the Justice card. The burden is going to be put down. We're just going to put these out here. Piano, Three of Cups, yeah. We're going to put these out here. Just because we can. Yeah, we've got the Ten of Wands and then Justice. Letting it go, right? Then balance, fairness comes. Healing, equality comes. So you're having a problem with somebody that you're in marriage with, or some kind of committed relationship, a traditional institution, which is usually marriage, It's traditional. So you're having problems with them. Maybe, you know, maybe the responsibility of taking care of kids is mostly on your shoulders. If you're the live-at-home mom or dad, mostly on your shoulders, and your partner is out there working, and with all the responsibility of taking care of young children, and you are feeling like you don't really have much of a life. They have much more of a life than you do. So when they come home, they got all sorts of things they can tell you about this and about that, and who said this and who did that. And you're so honey, how was your day? And you're just like, well, I had to clean off the spaghetti sauce off the floor for the 10th time today, but otherwise, yeah, it was all right. Yeah. So the Five of Lunga, which is the swords, is that you just feel like there is just no getting around this. That perhaps the different, because it's like different lifestyles the two of you are living. And it may not be about the kids. It could be about anything. Just you're maybe not feeling emotionally supported by your person. And you've been holding back. Or you've been telling them, but in a way that they get defensive. And then they don't get the message. And then it doesn't feel like anything's different. And any changes. And in fact, the only thing that might feel different is that the two of you are not talking to each other right now. You know how we do that? It's that you're mad at each other, so you go in your separate corners and you don't speak for a day or a night or 2 weeks, stuff like that. But there is divine healing for you in this, okay? There is. And as long as you remember why you love this person and you love this marriage. Queen of Hearts, Cups. Pardon me, Queen of Cups. As long as you remember why you married this person, okay? The Ace of Minuta is the Pentacles, I guess. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. You're going to be in, you're going to be in a place where you're going to feel like there's hope. Like the divine is offering you a star of hope. A new beginning. New beginning that might make you feel like Lunga, again, is the swords, might make you get stressed out, because this hope, when we're gifted hope, is that you receive a gift of hope. When we are gifted hope, that the problems between you will successfully be overcome, justice will prevail, things will look better, healing will take place. It's going to be stressful, because it's going to stress you out. And the reason why I say it's going to stress you out is because the Nine of Swords is like, it's like you've got hope, but you're not seeing something fast enough. You're not seeing the change fast enough. And so then you start questioning or doubting that anything can get better. That the bowl is still broken, right? It's like, give me hope. Give me a bowl that's not broken, right? So the bowl could be like the relationship, right? The bowl is broken. The relationship, the trust, and the faith that you have in each other is broken. Your communication is like it's non-existent, or it's negative for the most part. Fighting, the Five of Lunga, Five of Wands, Five of Swords, pardon me. The fighting is just like every time you want to say something, it's more like you need to say it so that you get your point across, that they get it, right? But they're not getting it. Because it might be a habit of the way you communicate, or that they communicate, that does not leave either one of you feeling as though you're being heard, and therefore you don't open up to the possibilities of healing, of coming to an agreement, to compromising, all that sort of stuff, right? That couples need when they are at wit's end with each other. And so what's going to happen though is that the hope that you're going to get is that it's like going to be like out of the blue, where your person, your partner, your husband or your wife is going to communicate with you in a way that says they are trying to manifest the best outcome with you, pardon me, that they're going to manifest the best outcome with you, that they want to work on this. In other words, they want to work on this with you. They want to overcome. They want to stay together. They want to be with you. You want to be with them. You don't want to not be with each other. So this is what the message is here, is that Knight of Cups, pardon me. Knight of Cups is like a sincere offer, bringing in a cup of love. It says, I adore you, admire you, I see how strong you are, I appreciate you, I appreciate you and for all that you do and sacrifice and this, that, and the other thing, and I need you to know that I love you, and there's like nobody else. You're the one for me. These are the passionate messages. So this is what we're talking about here with the Eight of Wands twice. Eight of Wands twice is that justice does prevail. You successfully overcome a problem because the two of you are the two of you see the value in each other and appreciate each other, or at least they see that in you where you might have been thinking they don't. They do see it, so it'd be like, aha, a surprise. And that could be a gift as well, is that you will see that this person does truly appreciate you and sees everything that you do. And what is it like when somebody, they value your time and your energy and the way, your thoughts about that. They value, they want to talk to you, they want to hear how you're feeling about things. So they don't want to just come home and say, yeah, this, that, and the other thing, and this, what that person, they want to truly know how you feel, not about cleaning spaghetti sauce off the floor for the 10th time. They want to know how you feel about doing that. But to voice it in a way where they're not going to shut down. Voice it in like dig deep into your heart at the time when they say, how's your day gone? How, or something like, well, how did, what happened? In other words, they're saying, what happened? Like, how do you feel about cleaning that up for the 10th time? What happened? And you'll say, well, if you really want to know, I'd be willing to tell you. Yes, of course, honey, I'd love to know. I want to know. That's why I ask. I want to know. Manifesting a solution, a turnaround through the unburdening yourself, but in a way that's not going to cause them to want to steal away, to shut down, because you feel like your life has been stolen from you in some way, that you don't have everything that you're not feeling the way you thought you're going to feel in this relationship. When you were looking forward at the time when you decided to say, I do, you don't feel the same. You don't feel that way anymore. You don't have that kind of outlook on it and that hope. The divine is going to give you a glimmer of hope, because the bowl is, it's broken, but it's like you're not going to be stressed about it, because just like the spaghetti being on the floor for the 10th time, you're not going to be taking it to bed at night stressed over it. You're going to at first, okay? It's going to be like this hope is like, oh yeah, sure. We've been through this. We've talked about these things 10 times already. And maybe things changed for a while, but then they went back to the way they were, or maybe they didn't change at all. And it's like, why do I bother wasting my breath when nothing changes anyway? The bowl is still broken. So give me a bowl that's not broken. So you're going to be stewing over that for a while, because you're not going to be trusting that if you were to communicate the way you're feeling about something, about your life in general with this person, whatever it is that you're feeling that you've been compromising, that you have been, it's been stolen from you. You are, if you do that, you start doing that, if you feel like if you start doing that, your hopes are going to be dashed, because nothing's going to change anyways, but you're going to be surprised. A gift is always surprising. The hope that you were given is a gift that is meant to be a difference, to make a difference in your life. The divine never just gives out gifts that are not going to make a difference in your life. So have hope that when this person comes forward and says how they feel, they want to know how you feel, that they love you and there's no one else that they'd rather be with, and they're communicating passionately with you, like, I want to know, how do you feel? And they're trying to manifest the opportunity of the two of you staying together, that you're not going to walk into court, going for that divorce. That in fact you're going to reach deep down inside of you, as the Queen of Cups is, reach down inside of you with all your wisdom and intuition that the Queen of Cups has, and you're going to say, I just need to let go of my past experiences of having spoken to them before, because I need to do it, to speak to them in a way that is just, that has compassion in it, because I am reaching down deep into my heart, right, where I have compassion and patience and tolerance and gentleness within me. I come from a passionate, this is your most positive course of action, to come to, first of all, be open to them coming forward to you, even if it seems kind of, kind of lackluster, even if but if they're asking you what went wrong or what happened, that's their way of saying, because they may not be used to that kind of language, love language that says, how do you really feel about having to clean spaghetti sauce off the floor for the 10th time in the same day? I want to know. They may not be used to having that kind of love language with you, communication. So they're going to say it in their way, right? And you take it as a sign that they really do want to know. So I have to change the way I respond, so that I don't shut them down, that I don't steal the moment of being able to find the solution through communication right here. So you're going to, reach deep down inside you, find whatever it is that you haven't seen before in you, or you've hidden it, because things are, with the High Priestess, they're secrets. The things are hidden from everyone. Like, the things are secret that only the High Priestess knows. So you have to tap into your High Priestess self to say, I'm going to see what it is I need to see that I haven't been seeing. And that is that maybe I need to change my communication style that will be fair and healing, equality. I'm going to speak to them in a way that I would want them to speak to me, right? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. They will rise up. They will rise up, and the two of you are going to be in love all over again. Be in love all over again, and you are going to let the world know that things are being fixed. They're healing. You're successfully overcoming the problem that you had between you. Okay? So this is the Ripien is the cup. So that's the Three of Cups. Celebrating with the world. Reuniting with each other. The Emperor, he's going to step into his big boy shoes or big girl shoes, whoever you are in this mix here, and take charge, take control, let you know how much they love you, because they're going to want to talk to you. They want to hear you. They do. They want you to tell them how you're really feeling. Okay? They want you to tell them how you're really feeling. So do it from the compassionate place of your heart as the Queen of Hearts, and speak to them in a way that maybe you've not spoken to them before. Come right from the heart, because it's from the heart that makes that connection to the other person's heart. That when you really speak your truth right from the heart in that compassionate, gentle way, but speaking how you really feel about something, then you actually touch the heart of the other person, and they get that. It makes that connection. It makes that connection, that bond that you had established in the beginning. You come back to it again. You reunite at the cups, at the heart, right? So guys, I hope this was helpful to you, and if it resonates, please like and subscribe, and take care of yourself. Bye for now.